from Southern Maryland's weather leader. This is a JB Weather Alert.
Hello and good afternoon. I'm Forecaster John Bordash here with you in the JB Weather Center this afternoon, tracking a very dangerous line of thunderstorms that's getting ready to move through our region. We've seen a stretch of very hot and very humid weather across our region over the last few days. We do finally have a cold front moving on through, but that cold front is coming at the cost of some severe thunderstorms, and these are some pretty strong thunderstorms. And storms that we really haven't seen in our region so far this summer, given their strength. So I'm going to zoom in here, and actually I want to see, let's get us loaded up over here. I want to get the correct graphic loaded up here with our severe thunderstorm watch that is in effect. Let me go ahead and get that puppy up. There we go. The severe thunderstorm watch. It's in effect for much of our region, and this is going to be going until 9 o'clock tonight, and that does not appear to be the right graphic. Nevertheless, let's pop on over here. It's everywhere shaded here in pink, and again, this includes much of our region, really along into the east of the Blue Ridge Mountains. We have some really nasty storms pushing through our region. And I kind of have to get into the details here, which can be a little bit difficult to follow along to, but the details are super important here. All of the orange polygons, those are severe thunderstorm warnings. Now, we do have one polygon that is outlined in white, so it's orange but outlined in white, and that's for parts of PG and parts of Anne Arundel counties. This is going to be a step above your normal severe thunderstorm warning. This has been tagged with a considerable threat damage with winds upwards of 70 miles per hour. Right, so a typical severe thunderstorm has winds up to 60. A considerable one has winds up to 70. But then you see this little puppy up here with the black polygon, right? This is a severe thunderstorm warning that is at the highest possible rating, a destructive severe thunderstorm with winds upwards of 80 to 85 miles per hour. This is the most dangerous storm in our region right now, and this is really going to be posing a significant threat of damage and potential loss of life for parts of Howard counties, PG County, and really northern parts of Anne Arundel County. So if you have any interest up towards the Severna Park area, Lakeshore, Pasadena, Odenton, Glen Burnie, Arnold, even Crownsville, this is going to be impacting you, and this is getting ready to blast right through the I-97 corridor. And again, this is where we're looking at winds potentially upwards of 80 miles per hour. I'm already seeing comments about what's going to happen in my region, which you all know are my favorite kind of comments. If you would like, if I'm not at your town, I guess you won't comment about what's going to happen in my town, in Nanjemoy. If I'm not talking about your specific location, head over to jbweather.net/radar. I have interactive radar in Futurecast you can utilize right in the palm of your hand and to give you a little bit of a tool that you can utilize to further your understanding. Let's go ahead and put a storm track, though, on this entire line that does have a history of producing some pretty nasty weather. Right now, this entire line is moving to the east at about 40-ish miles per hour, okay? And this is just what we have developed so far. Additional development is going to be likely down to the south, and this gives you a general look at that timing. We're looking at this pushing through the D.C. metro area right around now, pushing right across I-95. This likely gets into Annapolis here in about the next 15-ish minutes or so, down towards Lothian in about the next 20 minutes, Clinton, Maryland, about the next 15 minutes or so, getting near the Waldorf area in about the next half an hour. Now, it remains to be seen if these storms will hold on to their intensity and if we will see additional ones develop. Given our current atmospheric setup, I do tend to believe that that will be the case. We will see additional storms develop and additional storms maintain severe strength. And we actually, as we just went through a little bit of a tour there, we have a regular severe thunderstorm warning. You kind of see that. If you look at this box, take a look at that max wind gust, right? So this is your typical severe thunderstorm warning here for parts of Charles, parts of PG counties. That goes until 5:15. Then with this white polygon, take a look, that wind gust bumps up to 70 miles per hour, and you see this considerable tag here. Then all the way up north, this black polygon, look at that, 80-mile-an-hour wind gust in a potential destructive situation. Let me get you the details on that destructive thunderstorm. At 4:34, a severe thunderstorm was located over Savage Guilford or near Elk Ridge and moving east at 35 miles per hour. This is a destructive storm for eastern Howard and northern Anne Arundel County. The main hazard here, potential 80 to 85 mile an hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Expect considerable damage to trees and power lines. Your life is at significant risk if you are outdoors. In addition, some trees may be falling onto homes. Wind damage is possible to roofs, sheds, open garages, and mobile homes. Locations impacted by this most severe thunderstorm include, but are not limited to, Columbia, Severn, Elkridge, Riviera Beach, Baltimore Washington Airport, Fort Smallwood State Park, Glen Burnie, Severna Park, Odenton, Laurel, Pasadena, Arnold, Lakeshore, Ferndale, Fort Meade, Millersville, Greenhaven, Savage Guilford, Southgate, and Skaggsville. So this is going to be an extremely dangerous situation with tornado-like wind speeds expected. We're not expecting a tornado, but the winds will be as fast as what you could see in an EF0, EF1 tornado. Mobile homes and high-profile vehicles are especially susceptible to winds of this magnitude and may be overturned. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. This storm has the potential to cause serious injury and significant property damage. So that is this storm that will be moving here into Severna Park in just a little bit. We're really talking the next 5-10 minutes. This is moving through Odenton, getting ready to blast through Pasadena, crossing I-97 with additional severe thunderstorms. Just look at all that lightning, upwards of 1,000 strikes, moving through the DC area and then moving down to the south and east towards our region. I would expect these to move into southern Maryland here over the next little bit. I would probably give it about the next hour or 2 hours. If you have any interest, know anybody that's out boating, any marine interest along the bay, the Potomac River, the Patuxent River, really through the evening, but especially over the next hour or two, you're going to want to be headed towards safe harbor. These thunderstorms mean business and will bring those 60 to 70, maybe even 80-mile-an-hour winds with them, blasting to the east, and that can cause some serious issues if you're out boating on any of the open waterways that we have. So stay weather aware. The tornado threat might be low today. However, these thunderstorms could be producing tornado-like damage. I don't know if I tend to get these comments a lot when we get storms like this, but we'll get what would be like a microburst type situation where you get those strong winds out from a thunderstorm, and people will be like, oh, this has to be a tornado. No, that's just a really destructive storm that's moved through with a severe microburst. And those are the types of things that we're talking about at play for today. I do want to go ahead and get in here, take a look at some of these potential wind speeds that we're taking a look at with these storms as we let this load up here. And actually what I do want to do is turn off the warnings for just a second. Where you see these brightest oranges and yellows, that would be indicative of some of the strongest winds. And we're seeing potential winds upwards of 60 to 70 miles an hour through parts of this line. Let me go ahead and get to our downdraft gust potential. Yeah, you're really seeing those winds kind of peak up here. And that means that we're talking about the threat of damaging winds. We're even talking about the threat of hail. Or when we have this much lightning in the air, it's because the atmosphere is supercharged. We are quite hot, we are quite humid, and that's really going to be leading to the sustainability of these storms as they push here to the east. If you're to the north and west of this line, by and large, you're fine. So if you're out towards northern Maryland, you're out towards parts of northern Virginia, you're looking pretty fine. But it's area south and east, and this is where we do still have temperatures that are quite warm. We turn on some of our reporting stations. We're sitting at 97 at Pax River, 95 at Andrews, 93 in Annapolis. We put on those heat indices, which tells us that combination of heat and humidity. It's feeling like 110 down towards Scotland, feeling like 105 in Annapolis. That's allowed for a lot of atmospheric storm energy to develop, and that's going to allow for these thunderstorms to sustain themselves. So take this seriously. I'm going to go ahead. We're going to pop away here. If we get any new warnings, any new developments, I'll be back here with you live. You can get updates on Facebook. I would say on Twitter, but I think now Twitter is referred to as X. On YouTube, jbweather.net, and of course, jbweather.net/radar will always be your best line of defense to get interactive radar, interactive futurecast. You can really zoom in on literally the street you live on to see what's going on. And we're going to continue to monitor this potential. In the meantime, I'm Forecaster John Bordash. Take these storms seriously, and I'll be with you all afternoon to continue to track them.
Check the forecast anytime online at jbweather.net.